Authentic. Please check that your username. Hmm. Facebook is down for required maintenance. So I can't even stream this on Facebook because Facebook is down. Ha! I was wondering. All right. This is just for YouTube. This is just for YouTube, guys. Facebook is down. I can't stream on Facebook. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to prove to you that Boeing bottomed. And news flow continues. I am Mark Melnick, and this is a YouTube Live edition special of the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. While Google has their act together, Facebook doesn't. And even though right here Facebook is down at the moment and we have so many great things to talk about, I'm going to prove to you Boeing is bottom. I'm going to show you the power of what we're doing on the intraday aspect of the Newsbeat Live Room. But first, I would like to say that by watching this video, you agreed to hold me, Mark Melnick, and T3 Live, the entity, not responsible for anything that you might hear, think, read, say, dream, sign language through this video. If you do not agree to that, exit this video immediately. Thank you so much for agreeing to that. So we have some interesting things here. I'm going to see the Facebook part, if it's still down. Initially, oh wait, is Facebook up? I think Facebook is coming back up. Hold on, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting Facebook. I think it just came up. Facebook was just down momentarily. Let's bring our Facebook friends along for the ride. And I think Facebook is. Oh no, unexpected error. It's still down. Screw it. I'm done trying. Anyway, sorry about that. So I'm going to prove to you that Boeing is bottomed, and I'm going to bring you value right now. So this is very simple. Now, when you look at Boeing, everybody sees this. I mean, I have my 4 moving averages up. Other than that, there's nothing else on my chart except for volume. So many people see this here. And my question for you is, can you draw a single trend line that proves that Boeing bottomed? And this trend line, believe it or not, I consider complex as, you know, I've spent, a large portion of my life mastering these things, but I want to show you what you can do on the daily chart to prove to you that Boeing bottomed. Now, remember, I didn't call it on Monday when Boeing dropped and popped. I said Boeing was overdone on Monday, even though it went higher. I didn't call for the bottom of Boeing. I didn't call it on Tuesday. Calling it today. So please be of note of that, even though we made some good Boeing calls in the room and we caught a good short the other day, or called a good short. I wasn't part of it, but a lot of you were part of that call. I was making money elsewhere. But if you actually draw this line right here, connecting November 8th to January 29th, November 8th, 2018 to January 29th, 2019, you will get a trend line that looks like this. And if you go ahead and you look, you'll notice that it actually just missed right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a little space and it officially hit there today. So when we were calling 364.64 as the bottom of Boeing today, it hit 364.64 and it popped about 12 and a half points, or it popped higher, closed 12 and a half points higher off of that level. So the fact that you did hit what's I call an algo buster reversal level, um, is grounds to believe that if I gave you 100 of these calls that Boeing had a short-term bottom, I'd be right on over 80 of them. I'll be wrong, but I'm going to be right the majority of the time. That is the power of what I do. Yes, I am wrong. There are some things things that I don't do well. That doesn't mean I haven't been crushing it, doing very well in the markets this. month, week, year, whatever you want to call it. So, as a point of the, I got an email tonight, and it's basically, I'm not going to go into details of the email, but basically it's trying to make a conscious effort to avoid all mentions and descriptions of performance, income, wealth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, what I want to do is, I want to mention out that yesterday, despite having my best day of the year, I didn't make one reference to my P&L on the Newsbeat show. I did not make one reference to my P&L. I didn't show my P&L. And it's sort of tempting at times because I'll tell you just from the perspective of me, I want to show traders like what they can actually do. The only difference I feel between what I do and what a lot of other traders do is my results are actually replicable. And they're replicable because you actually know exactly what I'm doing before I do it. So if you're in the Newsbeat live room this morning, I tell you guys I'm looking to do a one and done on ACB. So you know I'm trying to buy through the first 1 minute candle of Alpha Charlie Bill, the marijuana name. So it's like you already know what I'm doing. And the names I'm taking are some of the thickest names on Wall Street. Now, ACB is generally not the thickest name on Wall Street, but just happens to be today that you did 132 million shares and we were buying into this thing in the morning. So, yeah, on a day where it's doing 132 million shares, you could have taken as much size as you humanly want. And then, of course, we're making calls on a Boeing. Boeing with the elevated volume recently, doing 32 million shares today. Um, just a lot of the thicker Wall Street names were on our radar today. And in general, the other day we were catching Apple. Like there's as much Apple as you humanly can fathom. I mean, there's enough Apple that Warren Buffett had his fill of Apple. Generally speaking, you can buy as much Apple as you humanly want. And generally speaking, you can buy as much Tesla as you humanly want. And it's names like these that we trade that really reveal the opportunity of what we're doing. So Boeing today has hit an algo buster reversal level for the first time in forever. And as a result, I am actually giving Boeing as my bullish trigger here of the day of 381.77. That level in Boeing does represent today's high. I think we're going to break out tomorrow. And again, I don't want you to look at this Boeing and think that Mark Melnick is bullish overall. I'm not. I'm not bearish. Overall, the chart does look bearish, but I see no reason why we don't climb up another 20, 30 points from here, which would still make it bearish. Keep in mind, it closed at 422 and dropped to 365 and then bounced and then fell. So you're still down that 50 whatever points, off the high. You're down almost 60 points off of that high today when you hit the day lows. But I do humbly believe that you have a short-term bottom in Boeing, and it wouldn't surprise me to grind up into the 390s to $400, which is a very sizable move in from where it's happening. There's definitely you can make a lot of money catching, 15 to 25 points in Boeing. There's definitely money to be made there. So I did want to bring that up to you, and I just also want to bring up, what I was saying earlier, because there are certain contributors that you'll see out there on Wall Street. Some of them have ponytails. Some of them have ponytails and beards. And what you'll always see from them is a video of what they do well, but you'll never actually see a video of what they didn't do well. And what that does is it sort of creates an illusion that the guru you're following is completely bulletproof. Like even when they're having a bad day, they're having a good day. And it creates that sort of illusion. And I am probably, I wouldn't say that I'm the guiltiest member of that, but I am definitely guilty of doing that. And like there are things like, for example, but I mentioned them on my videos. Like, so I didn't show, but like, for example, I haven't been doing in the past month and a half, I don't think my overnight calls were good. On a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, I rate myself like a 2, 2.5. I think my intraday trades recently have been like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 because I've been absolutely on fire with them. So what I do in this market, even though I'm still making money consistently overall, you take all the things I trade and put them together, and I am doing very well. Um, I am doing very well overall. I'm doing very well overall. I'm consistently making money. I haven't had a losing week. I haven't had a losing month since this year started. Um, I haven't had a losing, week last year, but these are not claims that I want to make because it doesn't bring you value. It doesn't bring you value to know that I did or did not have a losing week or month, or I never had a losing year, but even that I never had a losing year. Well, a lot of traders obviously have, and I'm sure there's some who haven't. So what I'm trying to do here is actually hold your hand through the consistency process. I have gotten so many emails. I have gotten so many emails. Um, I've gotten so many emails regarding this and whatnot, and it makes certain traders feel, I guess, weird around me because it almost feels like they're traders that sometimes feel like there's a form of competition, for example, or a form of, elitism where somebody has to be the new best and up and coming thing. And I understand that, and I just want people to know that even though I am a competitive person by nature, and that I was a professional gamer, and you could probably see like Street Fighter 2 machine like right behind me, in which I was, world champion and some hairy arm action there. Got a little bit of, see, look, hairy arm action and Street Fighter. Even though there is like, even though like for example, I am, and now I have to fix this screen and this webcam. Even though I am a competitive person by nature, I really feel like we should be embracing each other and the things that we do here as a company and as a whole. And I can safely say that, you know, if we just put a focus on caring about everyone else around you and not boasting, because boasting is not really, it is not going to help your P&L. If I were to boast, if I showed you yesterday's P&L, there are traders out there who might dream to make that in a year. And there are other traders who would love to make that in 6 months or whatever. But by doing that, I am actually not bringing you any value whatsoever. So I never really feel there's a need to say something like that. So even though I've been green all week, let's just leave it like that, without sharing like numbers or whatnot, I think it's more important that I show you what I did and how you could potentially follow it. The fact that I made thousands of dollars on any given day is irrelevant to you and should always be irrelevant to you. There are some broadcasters out there who don't trade. And you'll always have a group of hardcore people who will swear by that broadcaster because that broadcaster is bringing you, the listener, or whoever is following them, value. So I just want you to know that I will always and continue to put a focus on bringing you guys value. I did not even get to all the phone calls that I wanted to get. I have a list of names: Kyle, Jim, Rick, Rob, Dennis, Carlos, Mark, Judy, Jeremy, Bill, Jignish. I haven't even gotten to you guys yet. That doesn't mean I'm not making about 40 phone calls a week. And some of these phone calls last like 20 minutes to 45 minutes. And that is the true value. Things like that is the true value of what traders need. The issue is most traders are tired of being nickeled and dimed every time they take a single step. They're just sick and tired of it. They're tired of it. That's why all the phone companies even understood it, and they had the unlimited plans. And they had all these things where they would bring you, unlimited calls, unlimited data, unlimited this, because they didn't want their members to feel like if they watched Netflix too long, or if they made a call to South America or Asia or Africa or Europe and they were on the phone too long, that they're going to come back with some obnoxiously sized bill. The same thing should hold true in trading. Us as broadcasters should do everything in our power and everything that we can on our platform to elevate you to that next level. There's a reason why I will boast about the minutes I put in. I will boast that when I look at the analytics, that the minutes I put in are more than everyone else's minutes combined times three. I do. It's simple mathematics. It's not an opinion. And it's not that I care more. I don't. It's not that I care more. They care too. It's about stepping up to the plate and trying to do every single thing you can to ensure that you're doing something good. It's funny. I went to my son and I was thinking about my son because I missed hanging out with him. And he was so excited. He's like, "Daddy, do you want to build a track with me? Because we have these, they're called Brio tracks, and maybe they're famous, whatever. You probably heard of them. There's a video game, a Brio Railroad video game, and there's the physical wooden tracks." And he wanted to play with me, and I said, "Sure, Daddy's gonna play with you right after I, chop up Mommy's food." So I was, chopping up my wife's food, and then I realized I had to take out the garbage. I had to do the show. I had to do this. I had to do that. I had to go out somewhere. I had to bring my wife somewhere to get something fixed. And by the time I came home, I realized, I just realized that I actually didn't, I did spend time with him, but it was about 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes a time. So, in all honesty, I can balance it better. The truth is, I don't balance my time effectively. You have traders, you have people who will never put a community into a thought process, and then you have a trader like me who will put the community ahead of everything. But it's not that I put you guys ahead of my family. That is not the point I'm making. The point is time management. And time management in trading, and I'm going to show you how this is going to help your bottom line P&L. Time management in trading is definitely by far the most important thing. I'm not trading millions of shares anymore. I'm not trading 200,000 shares a day trying to squeeze 3, 4, 5 grand out of it. For me, I am much happier. I would rather make $2,000 on a single trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, than have thousands of instances where I'm buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, and coming out with a 3, 4, 5 grand P&L. I know because I used to be that person. So how do I manage time? I do smart things. And I guess this video is for you guys because I'm going to teach you guys how to manage in the market. Stay tuned. But it's also for the gurus out there who have the platform to help people. So I drive to Brooklyn every Friday. I drive to Brooklyn every Friday. You know what I do while I'm in my car? I make phone calls on the Bluetooth. I mean, I'm not sitting there like this. It's on a Bluetooth, so my hands are on the wheel, and I'm driving, and I get to take care of that. There's time that I'm spending that can be used for you, where I'm doing nothing but driving on the road, and I can easily focus on driving while talking to you. And that's some of the things that I do to bring value. But when I show you these names and what we traded today, I'll show you where we entered, I'll show you where we exited, and, I had, an okay day. I made money, but I think it's more important for you that you actually understand what's going on. Traders can flood each other with ideas all the time. We have a very limited set of ideas that we go after. And here's the beauty, and here's how you time manage it effectively. You know what I'm going to do with my son? Normally, normally I'll go and I will like after we're done with this, I'll generally change the shirt. I'll put on a tank top. I'll brush my teeth. I'll wash my face. I'll take a shower and I'll get ready for bed. But you know what I'm going to do now that we're having this time management conversation? I'm just going to do that after my son is asleep and take that 45 minutes and give it to him. So I'll still be able to, you know, give time to where it's needed. I don't need to not look out for the people around me. And the way I feel about you guys in the Newsbeat live room is like you are a family. So ACB, we're focusing on the one and done today. How would you know? I said it in the pre-market. I said it live while it's moving up. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm watching this. I'm watching this. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. If it breaks 887, the first 1 minute bar closes. It's green. I buy here through 887. The stock digests on a bull flag, pops up. I start selling between 9 and 910. I didn't sell anything by 9. I didn't sell anything in the 920 range. It hit 9 and a quarter. And I made my quick 10, 15 cents on an ACB. And that's how I started this morning. Then we called a chatter play, which some people did very well and some people didn't trade. It was impossible to lose money if you bought it when we spoke about it. I mean, is it possible? I don't know. Do you hit the offer and then hit the bid? Would have you lost money then? Maybe I don't know, but generalizing. So right over here, when the stock was 91.50, we called out take two chatter today, and news before the majority of Wall Street, and the stock exploded. The stock exploded up. Most people don't know why take two went out up today. If you're in the Newsbeat live room, not only did you know, but we wipe the floor with every news service that you have. And people in our room understand that. Not only that, there was HBI today. I don't know if you guys noticed Hainesbrand. It doesn't look like much, but as the stock is going up here in the 1770 range, you know, I loaded in some options, and I had a very high equivalency of options, more than I normally take, several hundreds of contracts, and I'm not going to go into my P&L on the trade. It honestly wasn't as impressive as you would think, despite being right, even though I was buying it, on the way up here. We called Haynes, and Haynes was a killer. We bought it at the bottom of this bull flag, mid bottom range of this bull flag here, more towards the bottom, and it exploded. And it exploded up. That's a 1 minute chart of Hainesbrand. That was early news that we were able to disclose to you guys. Those were my two big trades today. And it seems like we're always having these big trades, whether we're giving you names like Apple as our favorite name the other day, and we did a one and done buy. They're traders who email me about their P&Ls, and they tell me about, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on these ideas. Because once you get good at this, you can buy as much damn Apple as you please. And all you have to do is apply the same free strategies that I show you on the internet to the names that we pick in the morning. And we're not picking a lot of names. We're not giving you 50 names, 100 names. We're not scanning for 100 different names and just dumping them on the plate, vomiting them out at you and saying, go ahead, here, trade. We're trying our best. I'm trying everything I can. And I know 100% of traders don't succeed. And I know 100% of them don't fail. But regardless, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to say that if I continue doing this job, that I have to do every single thing in my power to help you guys. It's not about bringing you enough value where you feel my service is worth it. It's about bringing you value that goes above and beyond anything you've paid for, and working with you and trying my best, as I am only one human being, to get this to you. That's why I'm there on a Sunday giving you Newsbeat Live evolutionary gatherings, sharing my platform, sharing the settings, sharing how it works, showing you how I buy, sharing with you new strategies that work phenomenally consistent in this environment, which we've been applying on the world's largest companies making money consistently. And that is what the Newsbeat Live Room to me is all about. To me, nothing makes me happier than getting emails from you guys. I will tell you, nothing in the world makes me happier than to get emails from you guys about, your successes. Nothing makes me happier. It sounds corny and whatever. I'll name drop him and he'll have to forgive me and whatever. I just want to show the email that came in a day ago. All right. Okay. Just dropping his name. He's like, all right. So he's like, thank you, Apple. Good morning, Mark. Thank you again for the great call on Apple. I'm really looking forward to today. That's it. Sent right from his phone. He just, excited trader, made money on an intelligent idea, made money on an Apple. Probably, I didn't even know what kind of trade he could have bought on the one and done. Maybe he bought the high one. Maybe those things are a little too quick for him, so he wanted a little more of a chill, slower down strategy, and he did try to know your limits buy right here. Or maybe he tried the second know your limits buy right here. Or maybe he tried a fund 21. Or maybe he tried a high 5. Or maybe he tried a high one. Or maybe he tried a one and done. And every single strategy that we're doing works consistently on every single one of these large names. And some people just sometimes can't believe it. And it's little emails like that that give me the strength to get up in the morning and do my thing and do my business. It's not, it goes way beyond me at this point. So I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I actually want to thank you guys. Most of you guys think, it's you we should be thanking, Mark. It's not. You are part of the community that makes these things happen. If you weren't trying to get to the next level, these strategies that I've created for us would not exist. They would not exist. All these strategies, all these things, I put myself in your shoes. Yes, I know. I probably have a larger, what, more buying power than most traders without going into numbers, but point being is I have to put myself in your shoes. And it's that which will separate what we do from every other room out there. You you don't always have to pay to play. Yes, this is a business. I think T3 with this room has done a phenomenal job. T3 with the Newsbeat live room has done a phenomenal job getting the word out. It's not up to T3 to make this room good. T3 does their job for every single one of their services. It's the people running the services that are responsible for you, not T3. T3 did their part. It's a business relationship. They're in charge of marketing and providing the platform that I can speak to you with. It's up to me to put in the effort and hours. We think T3 has a contract with me that I have to dedicate this many hours to you guys? Not at all. They don't really care what I do as long as it works. And that's the right mentality. That's the smart mentality. It's up to me to go above and beyond with these things. The truth is, T3 is looking out for my best interest. They're like, Mark, don't do these phone calls. You're going to burn out. It's not scalable, Mark. And they're right. They're right. But you know what? I'll have a long waiting list of people, and I will just keep going down the damn list, adding people to talk to. And I'm not going to be right all the time, but I am going to be right most of the time. And I feel, and I humbly feel, that if you want to be part of a room like that, part of a room of phenomenally happy and consistent traders, that you really need to give this room a shot. There's a link in the description if you're a first time user, $49 for your first month. Can't beat that. Give it a shot. Be part of our family. Let us show you the difference, why we're different than every other room out there. That's really all I could say. I mean, there's nothing really more I can say. Back to Boeing. I think Boeing bottomed right over here, and you're going to have a breakout level through 381.77. Algorithmic levels for tomorrow. You want to know what levels can potentially move tomorrow? Why, sure, we have that for you. Maybe you were impressed yesterday when we gave you an Amazon level of $1,700.27 on our list yesterday as the resistance in Amazon. And Amazon hit $1,700, missed our level by 27 cents. Maybe you want that level. These levels don't always hit, but when they do, I tend to find valuable risk reward by buying by the support levels and shorting by the resistance levels. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I I do, you know what? I will say it. Trading really is easy once you decide to stop making it difficult. It's not that my strategies are, it's not like all the work I do is easy. It's not like all the work you need to do to set yourself up psychologically for trading is easy. That's actually the hardest part, the psychological aspect. Everybody has a strategy. Why can't everybody make money off it? Every winning trader has their favorite setup or two or three. Why isn't everybody making money off it? You ever stop and think about that fact? The reason is no traders are actually going to take the time with you and try to do everything within their capacity to help you without trying to sell you something new. And after after they sell you something new, you'll get a set amount of period of their time, and then you're thrown away again back into the wolf pack. If you look at the number of months of video time, when I mean months, I mean 24 hours a day, 30 days in a month. Like every month is equivalent to 720 hours, like 24 times 30, 720 hours. If you saw the number of months of video that I put out to the public for free, you would actually understand that I do give a, you know what, give a damn about traders that are in and outside my room. However, the bottom line will always remain, as much as I will continue doing these videos for you and showing you things that I think will happen, and I'll be right and I'll be wrong, but I will usually be right the vast majority of times. One thing you will realize is I'm always going to be able to help you better within the room than outside. I would have had no way to tell you. I can't stream myself trading in real time to you guys. It's impossible. So, if you're listening now, one thing is inevitable. You are eventually going to give me a try. That is true for well over 95% of you watching the video now. The question isn't if, it's going to be when. So if you are ready, I am ready to help you. We are ready to help you. We are going to show you simple ways that a lot of us make money consistently on. I cannot legally tell you that you're going to succeed. I cannot legally tell you that you're going to fail. But I will tell you that you will be in a place where everybody, especially the moderator, has your best interest in mind. With that being said, There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why the Newsbeat live room is the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.